So I'll take that as a yes.
I'm not gonna say.
No.
No, I'm not gonna say exactly what happened, but we've been through our fair share of things.
Okay. I'm not trying to pry, but vice versa as well, or no?
In different ways. Different things.
Okay.
Different ways and different things.
So no. So you basically. Okay, and then.
Basically, what has happened is that we both have let each other down in one way or the other.
Can I ask you something though? Just, I mean, on a personal level.
You want, of course.
Why?
Why with me is because I was very hurt.
So you did it as retaliation type thing?
I didn't do what you think that I did.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
I can't tell you right now. My thing right now is I've held a lot of resentment for something that has happened between the both of us. I looked up to him so much. And when something happened, it crushed me. Let's put it that way. And I guess I really couldn't handle it. I didn't know how to handle it. The appropriate way of handling it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love him. There's no doubt about that. I fell in love with him first date, actually. And if I could go back and I could change things, I would. But unfortunately, you know, you can't go back and change things. No. No. It's not.
In any form?
No. Mm-mm.
Can I ask someone else?
No.
Please.
No.
Last one, I promise.
No, I don't want you to ask me anything else.
No, because this is very, as a friend, I'd like to know.
Mm-mm. I'm not going to answer the next question.
No, it's very important to me.
I can imagine what's going to come out of your mouth.
No, listen, please, I
don't really want to answer anything that you say from there on. We just had some problems. Don't ask me questions on TV like this, Dan.
I don't know if I like him anymore.
See, the thing for me is, like, when I marry someone, like, my parents have been married, God bless my parents.
Since they were 15?
They are the best. Yeah, this, August
22?
Shit, what is today? September 7th.
Yeah.
Mom's birthday is September 10th. August 12th was their 31st anniversary. My parents have been amazing. I can't even compare them to anyone else. Like, has their marriage been perfect? I'm sure it hasn't. I'm sure it has not. You know, I don't know anybody who's had a perfect marriage. Right. I don't know anybody who can say, oh, yeah, no faults. My marriage has been perfect. But you know what? My parents, whatever way they've done it, and I guess the most important thing for me out of this TV show is that my parents realize how much that I actually do love them and I respect them. The money and stuff, of course, is huge, but I'm going to be honest with you. Is it everything in this? No, absolutely not. When I walk out of this house, I hope to... I guess more than anything, it doesn't even matter about everybody else. It matters to my family. I hope that my family realizes how much that I actually do care about them and appreciate them. And to my parents, like, wow, I wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for my parents. My parents are amazing people. I am very blessed. And, you know, like, I've always, but it's not like this TV show has made me realize it. I've always realized it. It's just now I get to say it to everyone else.
Right.
You know, my parents have been amazing. Amazing. I mean, wow. Wow. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have probably even had the courage or the support to come to California. You know, they gave me the money. Not the money, I worked. I've always worked. But I appreciate that because I value money. Like, I value the dollar for what it's actually worth. I don't think that I think it keeps me grounded. Is that a better way of putting it?
Yeah, but like,
I think it's kept me grounded, you know?
But you're saying, like, you said when you get married and then you stop there and you talk about your parents.
No, but when I get married, my point of it is like, I want to be like my parents.
Right.
You know, I want that to be it. Like, people, I feel like people nowadays, I feel like they rush into things. That's just the way I feel. I feel like, oh, I'm in love, I'm going to get married, and we're going to be happy. And honestly, like, I wish that it was that way. I don't think that marriage is like that. I've watched my parents. I think it takes a lot of compromise. It takes a lot of hard work through the rough times also. The good times and the rough times. You know, I've seen my parents go through both. They've been both ways, you know, and I've watched this happen. And they've always supported their kids, and I hope to be, let's put it this way, I hope to be one day what my parents have been to me. If I could do that, that would be a huge accomplishment in my life. That's how much I look up to my parents. As far as marriage goes, once I do it, I just want that to be it. I don't want any of the bullshit in between. I want that to be it. And I think with JJ, sorry, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but I think that, you know, I think that we do know that we want to be together. I think that we've been tested, you know. I can't tell you exactly what, you know, I know you're taking your guesses, that's not it. But nothing like horribly, you know. But I think we've been tested, and I think that we know that we want to be together, and, you know, like, he just wants to make sure after, like, a couple years of marriage that, I mean, he wants to make sure, you know, like, he's been married once before, which is different than me. I've never been married. So with him, you know, he wants to make sure that, you know, for whatever reason. But I knew as soon as I went out with him for the first time that he was an amazing person. And that's nothing I would take away from him, because I do think that about him still. I think that I wouldn't be here right now. I mean, he's picking up all the slack for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
He is. You know, he's taking over my whole life right now. I mean, for the first time, he's had to go to my job and meet my boss. You know what I mean? And, you know, pick up my paychecks and, you know, do whatever he's had to do. And for that, I appreciate him very much. He's been amazing. He's been there for me through some really rough times. He really has. And I don't think that I have appreciated him enough in those ways. You know, I think sometimes you take people for granted in your life. I try not to do that, but I do think that he has definitely been there for me through some pretty rough times. And I do appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I don't know. I guess, like, the people that I look up to the most in my life probably, though, are my parents. Like, they're out of this world to me. You know, but that's in my eyes. And you know what, Dan? I know that I live in California now, but you know what? You are so blessed living in the Midwest, because I wouldn't give that up for the world. Being raised where I was at, wouldn't give it up for the world. I'm glad that I was raised where I was at. I think that's why I have my morals and my values.
But like when you have family and stuff, do you see yourself going back or no?
No, probably not. I don't know, though. I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't know, because I'm not gonna lie, like, I wish that